Welcome back to another Real Talk Reaction. This one right here is for Scrubs. Season 4, episode number 2. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you.
Alright, just a couple comments from the last episode, starting with Kali, who says, "This is the season where the show starts to pivot for me. It's still pretty solid, but something about season 4 and beyond feels a little different from the first 3. Like, everyone is just a little less serious from now on. I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe you guys will pick up on it. Still a very solid show, though." And then we have executive producer JoJo saying, I already addressed that. I was stopping by to say that I find that I enjoy the increased tempo and silliness that the show picks up around this point. It starts to have the cartoony, joke-heavy feel of a 30 Rock or Arrested. And speaking of Arrested, I wanted to give Heather Graham a shout-out for her comedic chops. She's very funny, even when being relegated to hot girl roles. Also, I want a Sugar Hill Gang alarm clock, and I actually sing the chicken salad song when I eat it. And there's a lot of New Yorker patients on this show, considering that this hospital is supposed to be somewhere in California, I think. Wow. The post-op patient and the woman with half a brain both had heavy New York accents in this one, and the most New York of all New York character actors, Richard Kind, plays the reoccurring hypochondriac. Just a random observation. Great reaction as per usual.
That dude is New York all day.
Hard. Alright, last comment from E, who says, "Great reaction again. Sometimes I actually prefer watching these shows with you than by myself. It's good to see others' thoughts." My favorite part of this episode is where Molly is trying to describe Johnny to Elliot by saying he's a doctor with his hair gelled back and he and his friends are in a motorcycle gang. She's so new to the hospital that the idea of the bike gang is very funny to me. As someone said earlier, the show does get a little less serious at some points and some of the character traits are overplayed, but I really wonder if this is because they truly are entering a new phase. JD is known as an actual doctor in the hospital now. He has to be seen with responsibility, not just learning like in the earlier seasons. His role is much more defined, however, to battle the seriousness, they add in a lot of humor. Anyway, great reaction again. Really glad that you guys are enjoying the show, and a big hug to you for adding some humor to some bad days of mine. Thank you for that. Aw, thanks, E. Thank you for supporting us. Alright, let's get to episode 2 right now.
I was a little nervous today. Maybe it was because I had no idea who this guy on the back of my bike was.
Dealer! Will do.
Or maybe I was nervous because at 3 o'clock, Dr. Cox was going to name me the new chief resident. How do I know? Well, for one thing, I'm the only one who applied, but I'm also the only one who's truly focused enough to...
Oh, God.
So let me get this straight. You crash into their truck, and they just drive you to work?
Well, we didn't come straight here.
He had to go help them move.
Hold up. They made you move furniture?
It wasn't all bad.
That's where all the fun happens, dude. The bubble wrap.
Dr. Molly Clark, the new attending psychiatrist. Yes, she was hot, but I wasn't a fan. For one thing, she's always calling me Johnny. Also, she wasn't very nice.
What's this guy? What guy over here sitting?
What a bitch. Plus, she's always with Elliot, and since I dumped her, we weren't getting along all that great. Anybody got any extra ketchup packets? Thank you, Elliot.
So, what are you guys going to do now that your residencies are over?
Oh, I'm still a resident. Yeah, Dr. Kelso said I'm the first medical resident to repeat his 3rd year in the entire history of the hospital.
That's a bad thing, Doug.
Oh, I'm staying positive.
Well, I'm starting my
for you,
endocrinology and metabolism fellowship. I'm really looking forward to cataloging all the genetic variations of hirsutism. Oh, really? Well, excuse me for taking an interest in hormonal regulatory research. I'm really...
You know, Elliot, I still think you make a good chief resident.
Carla, for the $5 billion at the time, I'm not interested. I think you would be a great...
News. I don't need surgery. Yeah, Dr. Turk just told me.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, you should have seen him. He was so happy he started dancing.
Oh my God.
Stolen
opportunity to give him music.
From like the waist up.
Good.
Stole my moment. And you will pay.
Oh, this is good.
I just gotta linger around. That's all I got.
So,
I had all
can you give us Dr. Cox?
There you go, working girl.
I've told Elliot a million times that she would be a good chief resident, but she just ignored me.
Maybe she's racist.
Whatever, it's fine. It's fine. It's not like all my friends are going to go to Molly for advice.
Mm-hmm.
Here's Roberts, if you still want to talk about the situation with your husband, we can go to my office now.
Oh, because she's a psychiatrist.
Excuse me.
When Turk told me he pissed Dr. Cox off by stealing his moment, I decided not to share it with Elliot.
Dr. Cox, can you come take a look at my patient's rash? It's really weird.
Oh, I would love to come take a look at your patient's rash, but also, if time allows, maybe we could go over some preliminary ideas for your wedding dress.
I have sketches in my locker.
Barbie, listen carefully because the policy remains unchanged. Unless someone is dying, and please note, dying, not dead, I'm not interested. And P.S., just a real strong showing for a chief president candidate. God almighty.
God.
Wow.
Don't feel bad. You couldn't have seen it coming. Awful, though. Well, I'm off to Pilates. I didn't feel bad because a lot of people were playing dirty around here.
I've told him all about the surgery, and he is good to go.
Hey, so what do you say we yank out that gallbladder? That's the way you tell me I need major surgery?
You said you told him. Oh, stop it. Why would I steal your moment, except for maybe because back is
Yeah, but then you're making the experience bad for the patient. Like,
Yeah.
that's not cool.
Baby, you'll feel better.
Turk, I heard your conflict with Dr. Cox escalated. You know, he's already starting to look like the breakout character of my case study, the one that people love to hate. Anyway, in my opinion, it is more effective to address the situation than it is to become self-destructive by overindulging a sweet tooth.
She's right.
She just
You don't like that
undercut.
cookie. We're getting
She
those
just
lips.
undercut Carla again.
Now.
Eat it.
She is psychiatrist up there. Do you think that will hold more weight then?
What? It's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock's when you announce new chief president, so we thought you might...
Barbie, you're chief president.
Oh, very funny.
So not joking.
Oh my god. Now I know how Liza Minnelli felt when she won the Oscar, not when she married that gay pan-faced alien.
Newbie, how you doing?
Keep it together. It's be a man time. No, I totally understand. Come on. You did what you had to do. You went with your gut. Elliot's a great doctor. I do have 3 questions, though. Why do you hate me when I show you nothing but love? Who's gonna tell my mom? And what the hell am I supposed to do with 10,000 John Dorian Chief President business cards?
Wow.
Yeah, Scarlett, you're chief president too.
What now?
Well, I figure with her being ridiculously book smart to the point where she has almost no interpersonal skills, and you being warm and cuddly as an unpotty trained
that
labradoodle,
makes
and
sense.
about as useful
But that's
in much less
unfortunate,
medical
'cause now they gotta work
situations as an
together.
unpotty trained labradoodle, together, the two of you make one barely passable doctor. / labradoodle.
Wait, so if we're both gonna be chief presidents, why did you just say that from the beginning?
What, and miss your Hall of Fame hissy? Not on your life. Walk with me.
Hall of Fame hissy.
Resident team so that JD and I never have to see each other.
I'll take Doug. Yes! Suck on that!
Thanks, JD.
First pick. Relax, Doug. You're the only one who's named right now.
I'll take Indian Elvis.
Yes.
Indiana Elvis.
Pick the hot chick.
Shut up, Doug. We'll take the hot chick.
Yeah, name's Amy actually.
John Dorian, chief resident. Website's
Don't
on
worry.
Hey, I got like a 2-hour break
Yeah,
between
what?
patients. Do you want to grab lunch? Or dinner? I'm not really sure what time it is.
Elliot and I weren't the only ones who decided to go petty.
Oh,
RJ,
You know
go
what? I
home
have a
for time
barbecue
to
to go
check
to.
it out.
Why don't you meet me there?
cool. Hey, are you Todd?
Oh, yeah.
Well, Carla said you're having a barbecue.
No. Stick around. I'll see if we can get something cooking.
This is Pat and Frank from 4G.
Hi, Molly. And you're naked. Awesome.
Why don't we just reach up there and tug that bad boy out? It's not a rabbit in a hat. If you tug on it, it's going to break. And if it breaks, he's going to need surgery. And if you perform it, then of course he's going to need a casket. So why don't you just
Just
play quiet
just
in
everyone
your
got
area
conflict
until
right
the
now.
crowd arrives?
What crowd? I thought nobody wanted to take the case.
At first, but now that it's become a bit of a hospital mystery, every jackass in the joint is going to want to come in here and give their 2 cents worth.
If we could just find the lamp the bulb came from.
Leon's trained to retrieve things.
That's That's why my wife and I use candles.
Also, you are hands down the most disturbing man I've ever met in my life.
Why would you say that shit out loud?
Open-minded.
That's it. I want everybody to get out who is not an expert on light bulbs. Go on, get out.
That's why I'm sticking it by here.
What are you still doing here?
Ride in here on your white horse to save the day. And the best news that I ever get to give everybody, anybody, ever, is, oh, by the way, ma'am, were you aware that that breathing tube you have in your neck also comes in Dayglow pink? Come on, look, bottom line. I really needed a win. I did, and I finally got one, and you stole it, man.
I needed one too. Ooh. Where's my win? Think anybody thanks me for cleaning bathrooms? Janitor, the bathrooms are filthy. Well, no one was thanking me, so I quit cleaning them.
Holy cow. Do you realize if we could get a tight enough clamp around the bulb and then
No, you'll break the thing. Look, here's the thing about light bulbs, okay? They're structurally weak at the narrow end, but the round end is surprisingly strong.
So if we could get behind the bulb.
Oh my god, did they put the light bulb? Did they put the poop light bulb in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
In the end, though, it doesn't matter, Hank.
Petty as fuck.
Good
We're
lord.
friends again.
I miss this. Just like hanging out, you know.
Me too.
We should go get coffee.
We're having coffee.
No, I mean like outside coffee. Real world coffee. The point is, we should hang out outside the hospital sometime.
JD, I still need time. I know that's gonna be hard for you because you like to fix everything right away, but you just do the best you can, okay?
Good job, Elliot.
You broke my motherfucking heart.
Is it fixed now?
Nope.
And I would never forget you. You broke my motherfucking heart.
I mean, I can empathize with that though because I want to be.
Alright, that was episode 2 of Scrubs. And I really like the quirkiness that we got going on. So I like the pacing that we're going right here. So that's what it's going to be for this season. I'm down with that because if they start to go this way and then interject, and then combine all the stuff that they was doing in the first couple of seasons, you know, with the jokes and the meta humor that's in there, I think we're going to be off to the races right there. So, I mean, I love the first 3 seasons as well. I mean, I think this is we still got the same characters. So, and they still got the same demeanors and everything like that. So they're still going to interact the same with each other. It just might be a little bit more quick. Like even in this episode, cutting to the scenes, they just get into it. They talking soon, they get into it, which is great. So I mean, I'm down with that. It makes for a very entertaining episode. But the light bulb in the butt, man. I know we've seen that on another medical show before, and they end up doing the same thing. But that is just amazing how it can happen possibly. And will the psychiatrist lady that's here, will she continue to do that, or will she just fall in line and become part of the team after she get through evaluating everybody? I'm definitely watching for that, but I think this made for a good episode right here. All of those elements that happened on here, and Dr. Cox was just on fire this episode once again, as always, and I loved every minute of it. Can't wait to see the next one.
Yeah, I didn't notice, just in reference to the comments, I didn't notice, to me, it didn't feel very much different than anything else. Maybe as the season progresses, it will. But the episode itself, I thought was super entertaining. I love Heather Graham's character. I love how, like, she reads people and, like, she was one step ahead of everyone as far as, I love the conflict resolution. We've had so many episodes with conflicts. It was really fun to see her weave through them and identify exactly what the conflicts are. It was just fun. It was like, essentially what we as the audience try to do when we're reacting or watching it, having somebody there essentially being that role was really fun. I thought she was brilliant. She was my favorite part of this episode. So that was really great. I also liked utilizing the janitor in this way. I thought that was very clever as far as it being a light bulb, so that being something he has an expertise on and he could be part of getting a W too, because they all felt like they needed a W. And then getting the W over Kelso as far as the pettiness of using the light bulb in his office was fucking brilliant as well. I thought that was all great. And I like Elliot as far as, you know, yes, they were being petty this episode, but that was both of them. But I like ultimately still her expressing that she needs time and not just immediately forgiving and typical Elliot getting caught up in her feelings. I thought she was, again, really mature as far as the way she's dealing with it, and like being very clear as far as her standpoint and what she needs. And I like to see, I think Elliot has matured a lot from where we saw her all the way back in season 1, so I appreciate the maturity of her responses and the fact that she's being authentic as far as what she needs, and not bending to JD's will, who can be very like not forceful, but like very like, I want to fix this right now, and will be relentless as far as like, let's just be best friends. So I appreciate that about Elliot's character this episode too. So all in all, I thought this was really entertaining. I'm very excited that Heather Graham's part of this season. It'll be interesting to see how she continues to weave through the storylines, but this was definitely, she was my favorite part of this episode.
Yep. All right, well, look, thank you guys again for watching another Real Talk reaction for Scrubs, Season 4, Episode 2. And until next time, people.